Alright, to continue هلا أنا بتاني part of the lecture كنا عم نحكي بخصوص البروبلمز. حتلاحظوا على الموديل سايت تاعيتكم الستودنت سايت اللي بالجامعة مثل ما قلت التكست بوكس هن those by دندش and مجذوب كتكست بوكس اللي بدنا نقراهم اتسترا اتسترا. البروبلمز اللي حنحلهم أكيد حنكون عم نحل كتير بروبلمز من هودي التكست بوكس. وحنكون كمان باعتبار إذا بتتذكروا بالكورس P1104 بدينا نشتغل بسيروي، كمان حناخد بعض البروبلمز من سيروي. على الموديل سايت تاعيتكم ستودنت سايت تاعيتكم حتلاحظوا إنه نحن حطينا suggestions list of problems recommended to solve in class. suggestion للبروبلمز اللي إذا بتحبوا فيكم تحلوهم من كتاب السيروي. بتلاحظوا حاطين للإلكتريسيتي and magnetism بكل chapter بكتاب السيروي بيبدو من chapter 23 الإلكتريسيتي and magnetism، وبالنسبة لنا الأوبتكس بيبدو من chapters basically هن chapters 35 and 36. و that's why حطينا لكم شو البروبلمز اللي حنحلهم من الكتاب. حطيناهم كمان على السايت. هودي البروبلمز حنحلهم هودي من كتاب دندش and مجذوب، كمان أكيد حنكون عم نحل معظمهم as we proceed through our course. Alright, so هودي basically بخصوص البروبلمز that we're gonna work out later. But now let's get started. Let's get started with our course and see what we can do. All right, so we're saying optics. Now, what is optics? I'm pretty sure many of you would suggest that this is basically the study of light. All right, fair enough. That's fair enough. Some of you may suggest, well, it's the study of phenomena such as reflection and refraction. Others might suggest it's a study of phenomena such as interference, diffraction, etc., etc. Well, in fact, optics by itself is the study of the behavior of light, as it interacts with objects, as it interacts with other objects, with other impending objects. In fact, in this regard, Sabaya Shabib, you're gonna ask me, Tab, when am I going to study phenomena such as reflection, refraction? And by the way, studying reflection and refraction phenomena such as those, this is called geometrical optics. Geometrical optics. Whereas studying phenomena such as interference and diffraction, that is called physical optics. Both are parts of optics, all right? So I can study optics either from a geometrical point of view or from a physical point of view. Now, when do I draw this borderline? How do I draw the difference between the two? Well, this depends, in fact, on the objects with which light is interacting. So in this regards, let's assume I have an incident light, incident in a given direction, all right? And I have a wall with a huge hole in it. So let's assume this is an opaque wall. Opaque wall يعني حيط ما بيقدر يخرق منه الضوء. And in this regards في عندي hole كبيرة inside this wall. Let me represent, now many of you know that light by itself يعني its nature, it's an electromagnetic wave. مجرد إن this is an electromagnetic wave يعني we can describe it in terms of what we call its wavelength. هلا let me represent the wavelengths of this incoming light wave by this distance here. Please note هيدي طريقة مش مزبوطة. يعني ال wavelength is never represented this way. بس أنا لتقريب المعنى حاول اعتبر إنه الفرق بين كل خط وخط، يعني let's assume it's a plane wave جاية incident in this direction على هيدا الحيط such that its wavelength is as such which we shall call lambda. Now لاحظوا صبايا وشباب when the object size and in this regards بالexample تاعنا the diameter تاع الobject هون مثلا is much greater than the wavelength of the incident light. Incident light يعني الضوء اللي جاي على الobject. Then light behaves as rays. لما بقول عم بحكي بالray approximation الray approximation فإذا light travels in straight lines. So as such I expect هيدا يكمل this way and my wave will continue as follows. هيدا امتى when the object size again in our case the diameter of this hole is much bigger than the wavelengths of the incoming or incident light, then the light behaves as a ray. شو معناتها behave as a ray and propagates in straight lines؟ يعني simply ما عدت مضطرة فوت بالcharacteristics تاعين electromagnetic wave nature of the light. نحن يس بنعرف انه اللايت هو an electromagnetic wave، ماني مضطرة فوت بهالنيتشر تاعها وسمبلي I assume انه any light propagates in straight line. ساعتها شو معناتها light propagates in straight line؟ then phenomena ساعتها بحق لي احكي عن phenomena such as reflection, refraction, okay, dispersion of light كمان هيدي بتدخل من ضمن geometrical optics etc etc. On the other hand, when the object with which my incident light is interacting with is comparable to the size of its wavelengths, so again let me assume this is my incident wavelength, okay, sorry, this is my incident light wave, all right. هالمرة again on a wall, opaque wall، بس الفرق لاحظوا صبايا وشباب هالمرة رح أعمل الهول شوي أصغر. So this is أكيد الwall by itself ما حيمرق لي light through it، إذا بده يمر through these holes. ولاحظوا this time this hole يلا I'm gonna stop the video now. This hole diameter is comparable to the wall to the wavelengths of the impedant light.